If you want to buy a private jet, you can buy. If you want to buy a private boat, you can buy. If you want to buy a collection car, you can buy. So for sure, I'm inside because of the real estate, not for cars or boats, yes. But that's the concept.
Okay.
The concept is to serve you wherever you are, whenever you want.
Welcome to Mosconi Real Estate Services. Today we're going to talk about outrageous real estate market in one of the most glamorous cities and destinations in the world, Cannes. Today joining me is Maxime Bornarel. He is a very experienced person in the real estate market, in luxury real estate, and he's the founder of Prestige Properties in Cannes. Also, he has a lot of experience in the market and he has an impressive portfolio. He has helped many different clients to find their dream home at the Côte d'Azur. So Maxime, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Nico, for inviting me.
Of course. Would you tell us in the beginning of the podcast maybe something about yourself? Where you're from, what you did before?
I grew up in the French Alps, so in the mountains, and I studied in accounting. I did a master's degree, and then I left. I wanted to explore the world, so I went to Australia, Sydney mainly.
Australia, okay.
When I stayed there for 3 years, and I was working in construction a little bit. And I traveled for 5 years, and at my 30s, I came back to France, and instead of building the properties, I wanted to sell them.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so now here we are.
So that was a good experience for you to get good English as well, meet different people.
To improve my English, to see how people react from different parts of the world, like Asian people, like American people, Scandinavian people. So I traveled a lot to improve my personal experience, and now to make my life around it.
And you are the founder of Prestige Properties.
That's correct.
What inspired you to make the business?
I started as a real estate agent at the beginning, and I grew up in this business. And after 5 years, I wanted to set up my own company. Mm-hmm. So I set it up last year. It has maybe 8 or 9 months. And I wanted to create something with my personality, where I would be able to do whatever I like because I think my way of thinking is a bit different. Yeah. It's more about caring about the people, about finding the right project, about the partnership I could create around. And I wanted the people who work with me, working with me and not for me. Yes. And that was a matter for me, a concern, because I wanted to create something fun but serious, and in the luxury business. And I think I'm in it at the moment.
Okay, and how long ago was it that you opened the business?
Oh, 9 months ago.
Okay. And was it the way you expected to be, or was it completely different? Their own business in real estate?
No, it was, but I started the real estate 5 years ago, and I didn't know at the moment. Yeah. And from the day one, I was passionate of it. Mm-hmm. And last year, I set up my own company, and some people joined me. Mm-hmm. And today we are six inside my company. One from the marketing, and the other one are agents. Yeah. So, and we work mainly in the Cannes area, so in Antibes, Mougins, but mainly here. And my how can I say that? My ambition is to create more companies agencies, maybe in Saint-Tropez, maybe near Monaco, and maybe after not only in France but at the international.
And in order to open an own real estate business, what do you need to do? Do you just need a license and anyone can open?
My master degree in accounting allowed me to add my proper transaction cards and gestion cards. Okay. So it was useful after all.
Oh yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
I would like to talk to you about the Cannes luxury market.
Yes.
How would you currently describe the market in Cannes regarding luxury real estate?
Cannes is a specific market because it's a small city. You have 70,000 inhabitants, I would say. But whole Europe comes here at summertime.
Very famous.
Yes, very famous for that. And Cannes has a international class.
Definitely.
About the movie festival and all the celebrities that came there. So the market is... you have some people that want to live here as a primary home, but most of my clients are living here as a secondary home, either villa or apartment. It's kind of expensive. It's still less expensive than in Paris, in the 16th area, suburb, or other areas. But Cannes, it's still expensive. And the market is different because, You have a secondary home, so I don't know how to describe, but yeah, you have like low property and high standing properties.
Okay, that means that Paris, especially the 16th arrondissement, is very expensive then.
Yes, so Cannes is still under that.
Okay.
But you still have properties at 150 million euros.
150?
150 million euros, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, that's a lot of money for...
A lot of money, yes, in Cannes. And you have like big villas like that.
Oh my God. And if you would have to say, what is currently the highest demand on the markets? Are people currently looking more for penthouses, for villas, or what are they typically looking for?
It depends of the agent. If you're specialized in apartments or in villas, I do both. But at the moment, or winter time, it's more about apartments because of the movie festival coming.
Yes.
They are looking for apartment or investment on the Croisette. Yeah. So seafront could be penthouse, it could be 3-room apartment, 4-room apartment between maybe 1 and 5 million euros. And sometimes you have people that want like penthouses or big villas or I don't know, like specific requests, I would say. Yes. So, but mainly at the moment it's apartments, and summertime it's more about like big villas.
And could you explain for the audience maybe that people that don't know La Croisette, what it actually is?
La Croisette, it's like the seafront area near the Palais des Festivals where you have the movie festival and a lot of other congress. And it's all the bay of Cannes, the famous bay of Cannes, where you have all the palaces. Yeah. The Carlton, the Martinez, the Majestic. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'm right to say that name, but you have all the palaces, so that's why it's quite famous and quite beautiful, actually.
Has Cannes always been famous for years and years?
I wouldn't know. I thought it started really with the cinema. Yeah? I don't know if it was famous before the cinema, but I guess cinema helped.
Because I have the feeling everyone knows Cannes. Doesn't matter how old they are. Yeah. Everybody knows Cannes. Film festival, expensive.
Yeah, I've never asked myself the question. It's a good question, actually. But I think it's because of the cinema. But as I was saying, the market is special, but after COVID, what was true and like a conviction, if people, when borders were closed, people were still going to Cannes for holidays. Yeah. So if the border is closed, French people from north goes to south. Yeah. If you have Europe, the borders of Europe opened, people from Scandinavia, from Germany, from Switzerland, for I don't know, they can come. Yeah. And because the beaches in the French Riviera, so from Saint-Tropez to Monaco, I would say, are really like paradisiac, people still come. That's why it is a sought after area.
But you also have many possibilities in the summer here. You have probably many beach clubs or restaurants also.
Yes, more and more.
That attracts many clients.
And it attracts many clients, and it's what they want and what they need. They want to party, they want to stressed out, they want to see the sun, they want to walk barefoot on the beaches, they want to, I don't know, they want to like be out of time and enjoy the sunset or sunrise and to party or to relax because you have also a good path and like a ballad, I would say, along the French Riviera. Yeah. And the particularity of the French Riviera, it's really different. If you go near Saint-Tropez, it will be different near Cannes, and it will be different near Antibes, or it will be different near Monaco. Okay. Monaco, it's more like near cliffs, so really rocky. Yes. In Saint-Tropez, around, it's more nature. Okay. Huge beaches, nature, a lot of trees, not too many houses. In Cannes, it's more cities. Okay. It's in the middle, I would say.
Okay. And Monaco is probably also very tight, right?
Monaco, it's a little...
It's little and...
Yeah, it's a principauté. Yeah. I don't know the word in English, but...
If we talk about you and your clients and your companies, who is your typical client? Are they mainly international? Are they mainly French?
It depends on the budget. Yes. Also, I would say until maybe 4 or 5 million, it could be also French and people from international countries. And it is true, like above 5 million, and especially above 10 million, honestly, it's most of them are from international. Really? From Russia, from Dubai, or from Emirates. Yeah. They could come from also like other country, from America. Yeah. Also, but it's true. French people are. You have like huge, like rich people in France for sure. But most of the time, it's between maybe 1 million and 5 million. And above that, it's mainly foreigners.
Do you notice significant differences in expectations within the nationalities? For example, American people, I would imagine, are used to have everything big plots, big houses. Do they come with this mindset to France, or?
Yeah, some of them. For example, the best example for me is Scandinavian people, so from Sweden or Norway. They love Provençal villa.
Okay.
So they want a typical Provençal villa with the tomate. It's like the red tiles,
Okay. Yeah.
with hexagon forms. They love this kind of style. So they come to be, I don't know, for that, like they want to see something different. They want to feel in holidays and you have something different from their homes, but typical Provençal.
Yeah.
And some people in Dubai, for example, they love like modern, not for especially contemporary, but modern design or modern materials. Marbles, big kitchen, it has to be shiny, it has to be bright, it has to have good volumes, gold maybe everywhere.
Makes sense,
the
yeah.
material, not the color, but like really expensive stuff.
Yeah.
And they want most of the time something fully renovated.
Yeah.
So like beautiful.
Right now, the markets in Cannes regarding luxury real estate, would you say they're more building newer, modern houses, or are they staying the same with the French style?
If you go to the city center of Cannes, it's all buildings. So from the end of the 19th century. So you have still old buildings.
French charm, yes.
Exactly. And more it goes, more you have contemporary buildings, even on the Croisette, or in the Super Cannes or Cannes, which is an area you have a lot of villas, especially villas, some apartments, of course, but mainly it's villas. And more it goes, more it was contemporary. And now I think it's a turn because they are asking also for contemporary inside, but maybe with a Provençal outside, or with a bastide form, or with a terracotta color. So now because of the I don't know, maybe the materials, you have they create new materials. Architects are improving also, so they can propose you different things. So now you have, it's better for real estate agent because if you sell contemporary villa every day, I think at some point you get bored. So, and what we like and what we are the best, it's to like the villa we want to sell or the apartment. And if it's all the same, maybe you can lose a bit of this taste of selling. So now, it's diversified, I would say.
Okay, well, it's good. So everybody is happy, more or less.
I think so. Yeah, architects, real estate agents,
win-win situation.
It's like in Ferrari, people they want to manage their color. They want to create their own. I don't know, Ferrari.
Like tailor-made Ferrari.
Yeah, exactly. So now for villas and apartments, it's the same.
Are there some things that you cannot do? Like some wishes?
Yes, you cannot do like what the city is not allowing.
Yeah, okay.
So often you have a height, maybe 7 or 8 meters. You have a footprint, meaning, for example, on the 1,000 square meter of land, you can build only 10%.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so on the footprint. So you can have one level, one floor, and 10%. And sometimes it's with the swimming pool, sometimes it's with not. Without, sorry. Sometimes now it's 8% the footprint in Cannes.
Okay,
and
so less.
Yes, it's less because they want to preserve nature, and more it goes, and more it's this way. And it depends of the city. Each city has its own urbanism and its own rules.
Oh, that sounds interesting, but challenging as well at the same time.
So you are able to do Provençal or contemporary, but it has to respect some things.
The restrictions.
Yeah. Sometimes the colors.
Yeah. The colors as well.
The colors of the shutter. If you're in an area, they are all maybe, I don't know, like in wood or it's gray or like classic colors. They can say, no, I don't want green or red shutters. So you need to be with this color.
Color I would have never expected.
Yeah,
because it's
the facade of the villa, for example.
Okay, sure.
You can do a pink villa.
Yeah, okay. I've never seen a pink villa actually.
Yeah,
now
but you go in Théoul, you will see. Théoul-sur-Mer. You have red villas because you have red works. Okay. And it's more about fun. It's more colorful.
Yeah.
But in Cannes, it's more classical. They want to respect like a vision, I would say. Yeah. Something like uniform.
Yeah, that's respectable, I understand. And you mentioned before as well that you have many secondary buyers as well.
Yeah.
How would you say it's divided in Cannes specifically? You have more primarily buyers or only secondary home buyers?
I would say that you have three categories.
Three.
Yes, you have the primary home,
Yes.
secondary home,
Yeah.
and the investors. So because of the Palais des Festivals and the Congress, Cannes, it's like it has been the first city of Europe in 2023, I guess, or 2024, because you have a lot of Congress, international ones.
Yeah.
For example, the MIPIM, it's like an international commercial real estate Congress. So it brings a lot of people. So people, they buy apartments and they invest in it and they rent it for summertime or for Congress.
Okay.
So you have a good return of investment.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yes. So you have this kind of people that just want to invest. You have the second one. You can invest as a secondary home if you want to place some money and to come for holidays and to rent it. Some of them, like for villas, for example, sometimes they don't rent, so they just buy. They come maybe 1 month, 2 months in the whole year, and that's it. And you have primary people, like maybe retired people. They want to be in the sun from Paris or from like Europe or whatever, and they want to have an apartment in the city center to be close to shops and beaches and everything. So you have this kind of people.
But secondary homes, would you say it's like average mid-class houses here? Or do people also buy houses for tens of millions and just never go there?
You have everything. You have everything. You have like 500 euros, 100,000 euros villa, and you have the 100 million villa. Like you have like a huge price or range, I would say. So you have everything. You can have a small apartment, like I don't know, a studio. You have everything. Or big villas. It depends.
Interesting. And now some exclusive insights about your past being a real estate agent. Could you tell us maybe like a story that has been stuck in your head regarding a fun experience or strange requests?
Yeah, fun experience. I would say all are funny, kind of, because you have to adapt to the clients.
True.
But it's always like funny when people, they have a specific request, like an helipad.
Helipad, okay.
Yes, like someone when they could park their boat, like a seafront villa with a ring, you can attach the boat.
Crazy.
Or they want the Porsche inside the living room. So they want a big living room and an access for them to put an old Porsche, like a decoration.
Yeah.
Or a lift inside the property, or lift for cars.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the it's a little platform that turns for the villa.
I know what you mean,
Yeah. And I saw one, he got this platform and in a 16 million villa in Mougins. And so you can you come here, you get the car, you click on you press on the button, 1, 2, 3, and that makes a position, and then he reverse and he was parked. And for each car, there was a painting of the car, a caricature made from the official paint of Johnny Hallyday. So if you have a Bentley, you have the painting of the Bentley, but like a caricature of it. For the Range Rover, for the Bentley, for the Ferrari.
That sounds weird. Do people like this, which buy houses for 40, 50 million, do they have normal cars? Or some people like driving normal cars?
Yeah, also.
Or do you all have Ferraris, Bentleys?
No, most of them, they have like hypercar or like I would say very luxurious cars. But some of them like to just like drive quietly in a Mini Cooper, for example.
Just to get from A to B, probably.
A Fiat 500.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes they are not too bling.
Yeah.
But sometimes they just take the Ferrari for the weekend. But from the Monday to Friday, it's a Fiat 500.
That sounds quite cool. How's the parking situation in Cannes? Is it still okay, or is it...
It's better than Paris, I would say.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You can still park, but for when people go in work or out work, it's you have some traffic. But that's okay. You will always find a parking place.
Okay, that's good. Because in Europe, you have some cities now, due to overpopulation, that it's getting harder and harder to find a place. And I think it's quite important if someone wants to buy a house somewhere and he can never park his car.
I think I'm here since 5 years, so I always found a parking place. So I think we are okay with that.
Okay. What's the most rewarding part of helping someone to find their dream home here?
It's a good question, and actually the answer it's the opposite side. It's not, of course, you are happy when you find a property for someone. He's happy and he says thank you.
Yes.
But the reward really comes from the seller.
Okay.
And when I always have in mind this grandmother, and she was her children, her grandchildren grew up in the property. And when you sell this property and in good condition, she said, thank you very much. Thank you for helping me passing through this, how can I say that, this etape, this step of the life. Because often, and it was the case for this grandmother, she was alone and she was going into a center, you know, or someone, I sold a villa recently and the father died. So the mother was really completely destroyed. And so I helped,
of course,
selling that. And I got a big thank you and it was the best reward for me.
Okay, that's really
that makes you human, in this world.
Okay.
And so it comes mostly from the seller. The big thank you.
Do you also work with different real estate companies together?
Yes.
To find properties, or if you have a property and...
Actually, a good real estate agent should work with everyone.
Yeah.
And that's my job, like as the founder of this real estate agency. Sorry, I want my agent to be able to work with everyone. It's important because the union makes the force. It's a French slogan, I would say, but it's true. When you have a request, because some people, they have off-market villas. When I say off-market, it could be something that the owner, he doesn't want for his villa or his apartment to be online.
Okay.
So on internet or in advertising or in the brochure, off-market.
Yeah.
So for that, the agent, he will call other agents to say, okay, I have this villa. If you want to come to see if you have clients, he can of course propose his clients.
Right.
But when you have a request, sometimes you don't have time to look on internet, or maybe you don't look enough. So the best way is to call agents, and the important is to be specialized in the domain.
Yes.
Like in apartments or from 1 million to 5 million or above 10 million.
Yeah.
And when you have someone like that, when I have a request above 10 million, I know who I will call because I know they are really like good agents over 10 million. So I will call them first.
When do real estate agents call you for advice? What are you specialized in?
Like both apartments and villas.
Okay.
I was doing a lot of villas, but because of the market and the after COVID and the economic situation, the 2 past years, they were not so good for villas. So I started to do apartments again and to sell more volumes, I would say, because for sure when you sell a 10 million euro villa, you have a big commission, big fees. And when you have a 1 million apartment, it's 10 times less. But it's better to... It will be always like a balance. You need to go in it. But after, for sure, my purpose is to go over 10 million and to be specialized in big properties, houses, villas. Okay. But at the moment, I still do both. And one of my agents is specialized in villa. Another one is specialized in apartments.
Okay.
And in different areas.
Very structured, yes.
Yeah, it's good because like when you get an apartment, 1 million apartment with 2 bedrooms with a sea view. You have a client. If he doesn't buy this one, he will ask for more. So if you don't have 10 other apartments to propose, he will go to somewhere else.
Okay.
So you need to have 10 apartments that has those criteria for you to sell,
of course,
to get the best chance of selling.
Okay.
To this guy, to someone else, or this apartment, or another.
Would you say it has always been like this?
I don't know if it's already been like this, but today my advice, if someone wants my advice on it, specialize in something. It doesn't mean you can't do anything else, but to me, when you have a client at 4 million, a villa at 4 million euros in Cannes, he will look for that. If you don't have 10 or 15 more villas to propose, you will visit one, and that's it. And he will find another agent who does this part of the job. So my advice, guys, is like specialize yourself.
Also, how long, on average, from your experience and perspective, how long does it take to sell a house or apartments in average?
Apartments, on average, it's 3 months.
Okay.
From the moment you have the offer, And I would say also 3 months to advertise it, to find someone. Sometimes it's 1 week, sometimes it's 6 months, but on average, I would say 1-2 months, maybe 3. It's all about the price. If you have like a high price, for sure, your apartment will stay on the market maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. If it's a low price, you can sell it in 1 week. But on average, I would say 3 months. For villas, it's a bit more. It's, I would say, 6 months. But now it's more complicated because of the urbanism, because of the laws, because of the notaries diligences.
Okay.
And now, and the banks also. Now, when you want to get a loan, it takes 3-4 months sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
So before it was 6 months, now it's maybe 8, 9. You have sometimes the conformity.
Yeah.
So you see like to see if the villa respects
Yes.
the diligences of the city. So you need to dig into it. Sometimes you have problems, sometimes you have not, but yeah, you have all times problems.
Yeah, of course. And if I was going to hire you to sell my house, how would I start? Would I need to do an inspection first?
Evaluation first.
Evaluation, yes.
Yeah. So the valuation, it's a good question. It's based mainly on the price of the other villas in the same criteria that has been sold. So if you have a couple of villas, this view, this surface, and this quality, you have a range of price. Yeah. And then the market. Yeah. Because before COVID, I would say the market was okay, and post-COVID, they went all in on the French Riviera. Yeah. So the prices are praised. Yeah. So a 4 million euro without touching anything now maybe worth almost 5 million.
Okay.
So yeah, your neighbor sold 4, but you can sell 5. Yeah. So the market is important.
Okay.
And it can go down, but in Cannes it never went down. It's always going up.
Always going up.
Always going up.
So that means, if I understood it correctly, if I hire you to sell my house and all the neighbors around me sold their house for 5 million, I want to sell it for 10. It is technically by law possible, but it will probably not
by law possible. Okay. But you have to tell yourself that the clients, they know the market better than anyone.
Yes.
Because when you are focused on a 4 million euros villa, you will dig into it on all the websites, all the advertising, all the agencies, you will have your opinion. So you will know the market. Yeah. And you can, and maybe you find, maybe you won't, but you know the market. So if you want to sell for 10 million, maybe you have like specific things inside, or the quality could be twice better. Yeah. But still, you need to get back around the market. And sometimes now, if you have an efficient villa, when I say efficient, it's like big living room, 2 garages, a nice view. Now it's more and more difficult to find them because people, they bought and they own and they keep.
They don't want to sell.
No, because, and if you have stairs or not the best sea view ever, or a little bit of noise, or like too close to the neighbor, sometimes it could be something retaining yourself from buying it. And for the same surface, for me, you will sell a little bit under than the efficient villa, which is perfect.
So would you say, in a nutshell, could you say it's still good to invest in Cannes? And why?
As I was saying, like the prices of Cannes went up since a century ago. Yeah. And the city of Cannes invested around 200 million euros in the urbanism. Okay. They will redo the Croisette again. You have the Farville market, which is like a fruit and vegetable market, a food market, I would say. Everyone goes there and you have a glass of wine and you eat oysters nice. And pâté and olives and whatever you like, I would say. And so they will redo everything. So when a city invests so much money, it's because they believe in their growth.
Good point.
And you have also the Palm Beach, which is like not a mall, but like a big building where you have restaurants, you have shops, you have a swimming pool, you have a private club. You can get a membership, I would say. So yeah, this club made the value of the Palm Beach area went up.
Okay.
Because so now they want to invest in Palm Beach also. Right. Before it was more a quiet area for retired people. Now it's getting like more dynamic, I would say. Okay. So you see, it's always moving, but up. So if you buy something now, for example, like for sure, I can't say for sure, but I'm really confident
of course.
of it. Like in 10 years, you will sell it like probably 10% more in 10 years
Okay.
without touching anything.
Okay, that's quite
Because
good.
the market goes up, and all the city in the world they went up the market.
Yeah.
If you look at the capitals,
Yeah.
it goes up also, and not Cannes, not Paris, not just only France, but in New York, in Tokyo, in whatever.
Yes.
People the prices are going up. So yeah.
Also, maybe inflation.
Inflation,
Yeah.
the same concept that for food or for materials.
Right. Everything
For
gets
real
more
estate, it's the
expensive.
same, because banks they are appraising also their rates
Yeah.
or their fees.
Yeah.
So the world is based on inflations.
Yes.
So the market also
Very
follows.
true.
Yeah.
Very true. What are the main risks or mistakes buyers should avoid in Cannes?
You have a couple of them. I would say the first mistake to find something, not after buying, but before buying, is to not know the market. Because sometimes they come with 1 million euros thinking, wow, I have 1 million euros, I'm the richest guy on earth.
Yeah.
And I want on the Croisette, I want a penthouse with 4 bedrooms and a big terrace.
Not gonna work.
Yeah, I won't be able, I'm not a magician, I mean, so I won't be able to find that. So the first thing is to check at the market.
Okay.
And to understand the areas. Because on the Croisette, the price could be like from 20,000 per square meter, euros per square meter, and it goes up to 60,000
Per square meter.
per square meter, yeah.
60,000.
Yeah, per square meter.
Okay.
And the street behind that, it's like maybe 10,000 per
really?
square meter. Yeah, because you don't have the sea view, but it's
Okay.
it's
So it's on
10
what to
meters away, you see.
Wow.
So you need to understand that. You need to check a property in Cannes or in Le Canet, the surface, the area. Sometimes you have good areas, protected area, domains. So the best, I would say, is to know the market.
Yeah.
Even in Mougins, here we are,
Yeah.
you have a lot of, you have a rich, like the arrondissement in Paris,
Yeah.
rich area and less rich area, I would say. So you need to understand that. And I would say when you buy something, maybe the mistake would be to not be prepared financially.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, they like a villa, they looked for it for maybe 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, you can go more or less. And when they found, they make an offer and the bank doesn't follow, or they don't have enough money, or they need to prepare their own business differently. So often we see like the people, they are not well prepared to buy.
Okay.
So I would say be ready.
Okay. Yeah.
About the finance and the way of moving.
Yes.
Understand also the taxation system in France. For example, it's one of your questions, I guess. What people should know.
Yeah.
The price always include the agency fees.
Okay.
So if you've 1.1 million, the agency fees is inside. And the notary fees are on top of that.
Okay.
And today it's 7.5%. And in
Just
some
notary. Okay.
yes, just notary. So for 1 million, it's 75,000 euros
Yeah.
for 1 million purchase.
Yeah. And how was it? Sorry, a different question. Speaking about tax and VATs, in some countries you have special laws and different rules. For example, if you inherit an apartment or a house from your parents, and sadly your parents passed away, do you have to pay how much inheritance tax do you have
Yes,
to?
the inheritance tax would be about 30%.
30%.
Yes, like the basic one.
Yeah.
And if you like really well people, it can goes up. I have a client, he would pay like 60%.
60% of the property value.
Of the whole legacy. The inheritance tax will be 60% instead of 30% because it's really wellness people.
Oh my God, okay.
And the French taxation or administration is the most complicated in the world. So when I say that, like, pardon me, it's like just concepts. But you need to get closer to like a fiscalist or to a lawyer specialized in kind of thing, or an accountant. And even an accountant wouldn't know enough, I guess, like a lawyer or specialist in taxation system.
Okay, Max, so if I buy a house today, what costs are gonna come to me? What can I expect? Like, what kind of tax costs are hidden? Or
if it's a villa, you have the price 1 million, for example, with the agency fees, and on top of that, the notary fees.
Exactly.
Would be 7.5%, so 70,000 euros. And about the administration, that's it.
Okay.
After you have the maintenance cost, so like the garden, the swimming pool, the electricity, the property tax.
Property tax.
Property tax. I've sold 110 million euros recently, and it was 10,000 euros the property tax
Okay.
for 600 square meter villa.
Okay. But that's okay, I guess.
It's
If you
still
buy a house for
10,000,
10 million, it's...
and this one has a guardian,
Yeah.
and the total cost for a year was 100,000 euros.
Oh, okay.
With the wage of the guardian,
Yeah.
with the electricity, with the property tax.
Yeah.
If you have an apartment, you have the monthly fees of the building, of the copropriety.
Okay.
So it depends of the copropriety, but sometimes the heat is inside, warm water is inside, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
So you have to check well how it's managed, the building.
Okay. So it varies from building to building.
It varies, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Electricity, it's always a part,
Yeah.
but sometimes you have the water inside, the hot water, sometimes you have not.
Okay.
And so it could be free 100 per month, 200, 300, maybe 1,000 per month. It depends what you buy.
Does it exist here, sort of concierge service
Of
in
course.
Cannes?
You have a lot of companies specialized in conciergerie. So they work with a rentals company to get, I don't know, everything you need. And now I'm making a partnership with someone like that.
Cool.
She's making an application and that regroups all the things. So the concept is if you have needs, you get restriction inside the application. And if you want to buy a private jet, you can buy. If you want to buy a private boat, you can buy. If you want to buy a collection car, you can buy.
Okay.
If you want a company. So for sure, I'm inside because of the real estate, not for cars or boats.
Yes.
But that's the concept.
Okay.
The concept is to serve you wherever you are, whenever you want.
Okay.
And you have a full range of what you can buy. Experience also, or buying, or selling, or whatever. Wine
Wine.
also, yeah.
So everything.
Everything.
From houses to wine to
Yeah,
cars.
the concept is to take the clients
Yes.
and for the client to stay with us and to be able to manage all their needs.
Okay.
Private jet, boats, whatever, cars.
Do you think this concept is going to be more established in Europe at some point? Because I don't know how it is in France.
I don't know. I think at some point you need
It sounds really good, actually.
Yeah. I think it's a good concept. So I think you need to be imaginative and to be avant-gardist. I don't know the word in English for that, but to think before it happens.
Yes.
And today, what people want, and I think the people they want to be. When you find one guy,
Yes.
You're happy with this guy. You want him to do everything.
Yeah.
But for sure, maybe he can't sell a lot of things. But the purpose is that so instead of one guy, one company
Makes sense.
that can brings you whatever you like with partnership that we created among and before and to be able to serve you, and I will be your reference and I can come with you to see the car, to see the
Amazing.
boats or whatever. Yeah.
And when did you start this partnership, or is it still going on?
We started it like a month ago. It's something really new.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, you have thank you very much.
Yeah. And could you talk us through about some listings you currently have? I don't know if you're allowed to talk about them.
Some listings?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you want to know? What kind of listing?
Like what kind of properties do you sell? Is there anything unique about them? The prices, how much land you get for the price, just to get like a picture.
It's completely different. It depends the area, it depends the view, it depends the land.
Yeah.
So in the same area, you can have a comparative.
Yes.
But from an area to another, it's completely different. So there is no, the prices, the range of prices, it can goes up till maybe 200 million. But,
Wow.
It depends. I have one, I've met the owner a week ago. It was 150 million euros.
150 million.
150 million. The property. So we are trying to sell it. Yeah. So if it works, a happy day. If it's not,
good commission if you sell.
You
can stop working then. Okay, and how long does it take to sell like a mansion like this? Is because I don't know how it is. Is it like a small network of very wealthy people?
Yes.
That are in contact?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's all about networking.
Yes.
Because like for this kind of property, it doesn't really matter to have an advertising of it.
Yeah.
Because when someone of this range wants to buy something, he will know the people around him, and the people around him will look for him and get closer to agencies, or he will know. So it's the network.
Do you get contacted mostly in person? Do people come more in your office, or you're also very social on Instagram, very active?
Most of them Instagram.
Yeah.
And Instagram
Nice.
is This morning I was seeing a property in Cannes, and the guy saw me on Instagram and said, "Oh, I like your style, and if you want, I have a property to sell."
Cool.
And so I went there. It was 1.5 million euros villa, city center villa.
Yeah.
So it's nice. So he's okay for a mandate, for an agreement. So he sent me all the paper. So it was through Instagram.
Cool. So that's maybe going to be the future as well, a little bit.
I think.
Yeah.
I think the social networks are really an important part, and that's why. But it's how you contacted me, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So you see, it works.
Also on Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
people they contact me to sell or to buy, and it's a good thing because sometimes the clients I have they want to buy. Often they see me on Instagram and they ask for an advice, or they tell me about their project, and often they didn't get closer to agencies yet.
Okay.
It means they didn't go on internet, on website, and they didn't click on I want the file of the property, because when you do that, you're in the system of the agency. And then, of course, if you are the client and the other has the client, you can't.
Of course.
Yeah, because he has it, you have it, so there's no point.
Yeah.
The cool thing, it's you have the demand before the others, and now I can work with all the agents after, because I'm the only one to have that client.
Yeah.
So it's social network is really good.
That's good. I'm happy for you that it's working.
Thank you.
And a different question regarding the future of the job market in real estate, because I can imagine that many people want to become a real estate agent. They see nice houses and talking to people. It looks like a fun job from the outside. How do you think AI is going to play a role in real estate?
I think it would play a role, especially from the real estate agents.
Yes.
Maybe not from the client, but of course, in the end, for the client. But I think it will start with the real estate agent, because now we are looking for properties. You come to me, you say, "Okay, Maxime, I want a 3-room apartment on the Croisette with the sea view." I will propose what I have. I will call some persons, and I will check on internet. Maybe there is someone I don't know, and he has an apartment. Maybe he put it online yesterday. I didn't see it yet. So because I'm digging it, I'm seeing it. And I think the future will be, okay, you're my client, you want that. I put that on ChatGPT, I want that, and specific request. I want a big, at least 40 square meters of living area. I want a panoramic sea view, so no buildings in front of me, minimum 10 square meters of apartment, 2 bedrooms, but one in front with the sea view, the other one at the back. And all those specific requirements, you can't have it today.
Yes.
It's the real estate job.
Of course.
Okay? So it could be tricky because maybe you won't need a real estate agent tomorrow, but I doubt about it.
Yeah.
But it could facilitate today the job.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you have all those requests, you click on one button and the AA look for it on every website, everything on all the on the web. They scan it all the web in all the web, and poof, and you have all the list of all the properties that could fit.
Yeah, true. Interesting.
Different agent, different website, different whatever. You have the list of everything, and the job is done. And now you organize a tour, and you make a visit, and at the moment, at this time, you have everything.
What's your opinion? Because I saw once in the US, I think in New York there was a real estate agent successfully selling a property he has, but he couldn't make it on time. So he sent his clients VR glasses. Have you heard that before?
Say it again.
People try on those VR glasses, virtual reality glasses.
Yeah.
You know them?
Yeah.
And people don't have to go there to see the apartment in person. So they just take on the goggles and
I think we do it already without the binoculars, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But with the video,
Yeah.
like you have a good video, you make a tour from the entrance, also the building, you go in the common parts.
Yeah.
And so you can have like a virtual visit, I would say. So it's really common in this job.
Yeah.
Especially for what we do, because like in luxury markets, people, they are abroad all the time, and because we sell most of the time secondary homes, they are not on place, and they start looking before coming here.
Yes.
So for sure, yeah, it's a good option, but it will come. It will come like in real, for sure.
Yeah. I think so too.
Except if it's investment and he knows very well the area. Some people like sometimes they buy apartment like that because they know the price is good. It has to be fully renovated, so they know they will work inside. But the price, the building, and the view is enough. You can make an offer. You don't need to come.
Yeah, true.
For this kind of apartment.
And since you're an expert in luxury real estate, Maxime, if you could design your own ultimate dream house, what would it look like? What would it include?
It would be probably a stone villa, but with big openings, like something like a Bastide.
Yeah.
But with contemporary inside, but with still some touch of stone and I don't know, leather and wood, and I don't know. I like the warmth inside. And a big opening, and of course a sea view, a little garden, a swimming pool, big swimming pool,
of course,
to enjoy, to party, and to for friends and family, and it would be my dream house
in Cannes, or where?
But for now, it would be in Cannes. Maybe tomorrow it will be another country. I don't know, but at the moment, Cannes, I like it. Yeah.
And my last question: could you walk us through a normal day of your life being a real estate agent?
Yeah, there is no normal day.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, that's the funny part of the job and what all real estate agents like, I think. When you get up, you don't know what it will like. Yeah. You have appointments, you know you go to see this villa, you meet this guy, but sometimes you don't have not too much rendezvous, appointments.
Yes.
And sometimes you just ring at the door, sometimes someone will call you, because they saw you on Instagram, because sometimes an agent wants to work for you, with you. And sometimes you ring at the door and you get inside the 30 million euros property. Wow. Yeah. And you didn't know this morning when you woke up.
Yeah.
So, and the cool thing, it's never the same. Yeah. You're a bit outside, a bit inside, sometimes mailing, sometimes on the phone, sometimes negotiating, sometimes making things, sometimes, I don't know. So it's all the time different.
Okay.
So sometimes you are at the notary's place signing. That's the best. It's the best moment for a real estate agent, I guess.
So you have to be very adaptable and very spontaneous.
Yes,
essentially.
Yeah, okay. I think so. But the cool part, it's all the day are never the same.
Yeah, that's cool. So it's never boring.
Yeah, especially in the luxury market, because when you get inside the property, often it's like
and you meet interesting people, I can imagine.
Yes.
And very different people.
Yes. And I thought, I saw one of your question was, what do you think about the clients?
Yes.
What's the question exactly?
The clients, how they differ in...
Yes, in the luxury market.
Yes.
To me, like clients like that, the préjugés, like the things that people think, they think like they are rich people, they are bad people, because they profit of the system or whatever. And actually, it's the opposite. When I started real estate, I started like with normal properties, I would say, apartments and villas. And people, they were like not really classy or elegant, or they wanted things, or I don't know, it was difficult. And after, when you have a big boy in front of you, he has the success and he's in peace with him. And after, he knows what he wants, and when he doesn't want, he doesn't make you lose time. He asks frankly, he's respectful, he has the money, he knows how to manage, so he doesn't put you in a bad position. If he likes it, he tells it. And it's more simple. And because he succeeds, usually he's in peace with himself and with you, and he's respectful. Yeah. And so I think it's a préjugé, not people think. And no, actually, like I would say rich people are like really nice guys.
Yeah, you should absolutely never judge a book by its cover. That's true.
I think so.
Yeah.
Of course, you have bad people, but I don't think it's like a rich symbol.
No, of course.
And but people think like, they are arrogant, or they are not that much.
And sorry, if your clients, since we're talking about them right now, What kind of job industry are they mostly working in?
Mostly they have their own company.
Own company.
But yeah, like you want to hear a funny story? I sold a villa, a 6 million villa to a guy. He got 150 crematorium, like funerals.
Yes.
Like so the death market.
Wow.
So you see, like but it was like,
okay.
Really rich.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So sometimes they have transport.
Yeah.
Companies. Sometimes they have marketing companies. Sometimes they have international companies. Sometimes like I don't know the word for that, but like multinationals. I would say, like Amazon, for example.
Yeah.
So yeah, from all over, but mainly they have their own companies.
Okay.
Sometimes they won the lottery, but
yeah, but that's not often.
No,
the case,
not often. Yeah.
Okay.
Or legacy. Yeah.
Also,
legacy. It's a rich family. Or I don't know.
And where could you tell our audience where can they learn more about you and Prestige and Properties?
They can call me. They can see my work on Instagram or on my website www.prestigeandproperties.com. And I'm happy to talk to everyone who wants to know more about me, the company, or wants to invest or to sell or to buy. Yeah, my job, and I love my job, so yeah, it will be a pleasure.
Okay, so you do everything.
I do everything. That's a service.
That's a service.
Luxury is not about the price; it's about the service.
That's a very nice quote.
I think.
Okay, Maxime, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Nico.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Likewise.
Bye.